out ahead of that. Olean heading for you. Same thing for Etterville. If you're in northern Miller County, you need to take shelter. Again, there is circulation, radar indicated circulation, not getting any confirmation of anything on the ground. But this storm is moving to the east at 35 miles per hour. Again, right on top of Eldon, moving into Etterville and Olean. Green colors here. These are winds that are blowing towards the radar. They're blowing to the southwest. On Eldon and the clouds, those are moving to the northeast. So you get this counterclockwise spin that causes that thunderstorm to rotate. Then these thunderstorms have been rotating enough tonight that we have seen some funnels been reported and even a couple touchdowns earlier today. Again, this is a dangerous situation. It's 11 o'clock at night. It is dark outside. We rely on power flashes from lightning, which there's lots of, and we even rely on power flashes if there is a tornado from power lines being snapped. And again, there is still quite a bit of lightning here from Eldon to Olean, Etterville up to Hickory Hill. But this is what we'd be looking at right in here. So, a mini hook. Just a small little mini hook that's out on this. And how that happens is you get that counterclockwise rotation in that thunderstorm, and you get that little notch to move down this way, and you get that drier air to move in. And not seeing it nearly as much here, but there's still a little bit of that notch even on the back side of this, right on top of Eldon. Again, that's where this is located. Still some significant wind speeds located in here too. Reports that the sirens are activated in Eldon. Getting the reports that Eldon, the sirens are going off, but also getting reports that the power is out in Eldon. Again, getting reports that the power is out in Eldon. Some of that information coming in from emergency managers. Again, if you're in the Eldon area, you want to make sure you're in your storm cellar, in your safe place. This is heading towards Olean, towards Etterville. If you're in northern Miller County, you want to take cover. Make sure you take some shoes with you if you head down into your cellar, your storm cellar, or even your shelter. Take your shoes with you, flip-flops or sandals. A lot of times, especially this night, you're in your pajamas. You don't have socks or shoes on. You've been in bed. Make sure you grab a pair of shoes, flip-flops or sandals to head down with you. That way, if you come out and you have damage, a lot of times there's broken glass. You don't want to cut your feet. You can at least walk around. You've got those shoes. Again, take some shoes down with you. That circulation, again, right on 54. This is going to be near the Opie's Petroleum right here, just outside of Eldon. That's going to be right near the Opie's. Right along FF, south of Olean, Etterville. Again, these are the locations that are there. These are the towns. These are the businesses that are in that location to give you an idea of where you're at. Again, towards Olean, Etterville. It's going to be not too far at that point from the Redfield Golf Course. But here we are right along FF, Etterville, and 54. Let's move through Eldon already. Power's out in Eldon. Sirens have been activated in Eldon, but power is out. Again, take your weather radios. If you have no power, you can take your weather radios with you. If you have the batteries, if you have a fresh set of batteries in there, the batteries still have some power, you can't unplug it. Take the batteries or the weather radio with you into your shelter. Still be able to pick up that warning information. Again, this is where we're looking at. Northern Miller County, tornado warning until 11:15. I want to take a broader view. I want to take another look. There's that hook again, starting to show a little bit more. Again, starting to show more of that hook, typically what you would be seeing with that. If you're in northern Miller County, again, from Eldon to Olean to Etterville, along 87 up to FF, even over to AA, off of 54 near Eugene, just north of Eugene, near Redfield. Again, that's going to be extreme southwestern Cole County. Again, you guys want to be on the lookout for this too. If this holds together, if this keeps its intensity, this tornado warning could be extended out into Cole County. So again, if you're from Olean, possibly even the Russellville area, we'll keep switching back and forth between the different radar sites between St. Louis and Springfield, and both of them showing that rotation right now. Again, from Miller County, Olean over to Etterville, that is the location right in here. Hopefully that is not getting to the ground. Keeps doing a little bit of cycling. It develops that little notch, and then it loses that little notch. Last couple scans, it's kept that notch. Again, some heavy rain right now in Jefferson City. This is not a tornado. This is not a severe thunderstorm. But that warning that we were just talking about, in fact, that is now, this is a tornado warning. This is going to include Jefferson City. That's for the same storm we've been tracking. Again, this is a tornado warning. I'll switch over, get me more information. Again, all right, so this is an observed tornado. An observed tornado. There we go. So that is possibly where that came from Eldon. From the Eldon, the radar is showing that there's possibly debris upwards of 13,000 feet. Again, this is a life-threatening situation here. Again, if you're in the Olean area, if you're in the Etterville area, if you're out in anywhere near Eugene, you want to head into your shelters. Again, this is a tornado warning, not only for Miller County now, but this is a tornado warning for Cole County until midnight. The tornado warning for Cole County until midnight. Again, this storm still located just to the north of Eldon, south of Olean here, and it's moving to the east at about 45 miles per hour. It is very possible that a tornado did touch down in Eldon. Indications from the National Weather Service are showing that there is debris showing up in a lot of the signatures. And the signatures that we're seeing here with the winds inside that storm are still relatively tight, indicating that circulation potentially did reach the ground. But we do have reports of power outages in Eldon. This could be a very, very dangerous situation. Again, nighttime tornadoes are the worst tornadoes. They are very difficult to see. It requires power flashes from power lines going down, or even lightning flashes to see if there is a funnel or a tornado. If that's the case, this is not good. Again, if you're in Cole County, you're under a tornado warning now until midnight. Again, this does not include Russellville. It is for areas south of Russellville. It does not include St. Martin's, but it does include Jefferson City, all the way out to the correctional centers where Algoa, and right along all the way up to the Osage River. Again, Wardsville, you're in there. Taos, you're in there. St. Thomas, right now under a tornado warning, again, until midnight tonight. It is very likely that a tornado did touch down in Eldon. If that's the case, this tornado is on the ground. It's nighttime. You can't see it. And based on the radar, the signatures on this radar indicate that this could be a very strong tornado moving into Cole County. The storm had been showing some signs of some rotation. What we were looking at there was also showing a little bit of that classic hook a little bit ago on a couple of those scans. And there's still a little bit of that notch, that inflow notch right here. And that's going to be right near Etterville. Again, just north of Olean. Again, this is heading out towards the Redfield Golf Course. That's the direction it's heading. It's heading right out towards the golf course, Redfield. There in Eugene. At least the Eugene exit here. Again, potentially a very, very dangerous situation. Still some very tight rotation showing up here on the radar. Again, northern Miller County is where this rotation's at currently. But again, if you're in western, southwestern Cole County, if you're in Cole County, anywhere near Miller County, again, if you're in Cole County, anywhere near Miller County, you need to get into your shelter. Tornado sirens are going off in Jefferson City. Sirens are being sounded. There is a tornado warning for Cole County. It does include Jefferson City. Sirens, I'm being told, coming in from emergency management, the tornado sirens are sounding in Jefferson City. This is a very, potentially very dangerous situation. Again, this storm near Olean at the moment, that's where the tightest rotation is. North of Etterville. Again, it'll be right in this location where we get this little bit of an inflow notch. This is where we're seeing that circulation on the backside of this storm. If you're out ahead of it, again, if you're out ahead of it, you may not see it. That's a lot of rainfall out ahead of it. You might not see this coming. But again, tornado warning right now, Cole County. It does include Jefferson City. Give you an idea of where that's cut off at. If you are south of the fairgrounds, you are included. If you are north of the fairgrounds, along Truman Boulevard, out towards Main Street there, along 179, not included from Apache Flats out this direction. Capitol Mall, but it does include downtown. It includes east end of Jeff City, includes a lot of the west end of Jeff City. Does not include St. Mary's Hospital, or it does include St. Mary's Hospital. Again, this is a very potentially dangerous situation. Power outages reported in Eldon, debris showing up at 13,000 feet on the radar. And that is usually an indication that there has been damage that has happened. The circulation's still pretty tight. Again, that circulation now, it's north of Etterville there, but south of Russellville. It'll be right on the Miller and Cole County line here at this point. South of the Payne Ford area. Again, right now it is north of 54. The main circulation is north of 54. Again, continuing moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. But that is potentially a lot of wind within that right now. See how that's moved over the last. That is moving pretty good to the east. To give you an idea, I need to back out here a little bit more. back out and see if we can't get a better scan on this. I need to go 35 miles per hour. So these are the towns that are going to be in the way. If that's the case, Brazito, you're going to be right there. St. Thomas, you're going to be right close to it if that's the path that it takes. Again, this is all dependent on if it takes this path that I drew out. Again, right now, if you're over in Osage County, you just need to pay attention. Osage County right now, not under any kind of warning. Cole County, different story. Cole County, tornado warning right now until midnight. The area of circulation here just to the north of Etterville, south of Paynes Ford, near Hickory Hill. Again, this moving to the east. Brazito, again, you're right in the path of that. So is Hickory Hill. If it stays on that same path, may end up hitting Wardsville also. Again, this is that area. Debris signature not showing up nearly as strong on the radar anymore, but it is still possibly showing a little bit of debris. Hard to tell if that is still left over from Eldon or if that is new debris as well. Again, this is a potentially dangerous situation here. Very tight circulation. From Paynes Ford to Etterville, Hickory Hill. A lot of dangerous lightning. And still getting a little bit of that inflow notch right in here. Again, right along AA as you head up off of 54 into Russellville. Again, this is western Cole County, southwestern Cole County. This is extreme northern Miller County here where we're looking at in Etterville. Miller County here, you've got Cole County where we're finding the heaviest precipitation. And again, you're not going to see this coming either. The amount of rain that's associated with this and precipitation ahead of time. Could even have some 1-inch hail associated with this area right here. Again, that's going to be just north of the Brazito area at this moment. Again, they're just near Brazito, south of Millbrook, off Route D. That's where the heaviest precipitation's at. The rotation just behind that, right in here. And you can see how that has somewhat of a comma shape. And you see some of that drier air being wrapped into it right here. So this would be the area that we're having that circulation and finding that circulation. If there's a tornado on the ground, this is where it's going to be, right here. North of 54, near Hickory Hill, west of Brazito, heading right towards Brazito. Again, that circulation still pretty tight. Not sure if anything's on the ground yet or anymore. Pretty rural out here through this part of Cole County. Potentially some large hail, though. Could be some large hail. Still some fast winds moving inside there. Again, the brighter the reds, the brighter the greens, the faster the wind speeds. And the blue lines, the blue colors that are popping up, the blue, that's extremely fast winds. Again, that circulation, that center of circulation heading right towards the Brazito area. Again, right towards Brazito. But that does include all of Cole County. Again, that does include all of Cole County. New update, see it flashing. That means there's new information that's coming in about that warning. Again, it was a confirmed tornado was located over Hickory Hill. So again, that's the area we've been looking at. Confirmed tornado located near Hickory Hill. That is right here. Again, that's Cole County. Confirmed tornado. Again, located over Hickory Hill. It's moving to the east at 35 miles per hour. It's heading right towards Brazito. Again, that is headed right towards Brazito. Wardsville, you're right in the path of that. St. Thomas, you're going to be awful close to it as well. St. Thomas, it may stay just to your north. But it is right at Hickory Hill. Circulation has been pretty steady here. A lot of rain associated with that. Again, maybe even some hail out around Brazito right now near Millbrook. This is where that hook would be. See some of that drier air. You get that counterclockwise circulation. Some of that drier air being wrapped into that storm. You can see the precipitation levels drop a little bit right here. But you are getting some heavy reflectivity here, where we're finding some precipitation, and that is likely right here, especially along Route D. That is likely hail and not heavy rain. Unsure of how big that hail might be, but again, that would be out around the Brazito area, up towards Millbrook along Route D. A couple different storms moving in. That's the strongest one that we're seeing right now around the Jefferson City area. Coming back to the lake area where we're looking at the possibility of a tornado, several tornado warnings earlier. Notice those storms have weakened significantly, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning right now. That's here for Camden County, which includes Camdenton. Does not include Richland. Again, that's in effect until midnight tonight. Again, so just so you know, the lake area, if not forgot, we've been keeping a close eye on some of those, and those storms have weakened significantly, and that's, again, that's a good thing. Different story up here. We've got a couple more of these storms that have intensified, especially the one here across Cole County. That precipitation really keeps escalating, becoming a little bit more dark and dark. Got some more of that also moving out of Calloway County into northern Osage County, and another little spot possibly of some heavy rain, maybe even some pea-sized hail just south of Herman. So that'd be out around the Swiss area just south of Herman. Some heavy rain again from Mocaine over through Portland over into the Chamois area. This is the area of Cole County. Heaviest precipitation likely falling in the way of hail would be this dark spot we're seeing. Circulation is going to be just to the south of that. Just to the south of that's where we're finding that circulation. That's been around Hickory Hill, moving into the Brazito area. Zooming in a little closer, and there you can see it almost right at the Brazito area now. A lot of heavy rainfall associated with that. We could be looking at flash flood warnings moving in later tonight. There are already a couple flash flood warnings. Some of those are in effect until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Tornado watch for a lot of the area as well was originally until 11 o'clock. Some of that has been extended, especially for areas near the lake. That is now a tornado watch for you guys until 4 a.m. Just relaying some information, getting in from the National Weather Service on this storm in Cole County. They have a trained spotter that saw a tornado just north of the county line near 17 and 54. That is going to be down here at this The Redfield Golf Course, we had talked about that. You've got Redfield that sits right up here. You've got Eugene that's to the south. So that's the area of circulation we're looking at, is this one right here. Again, that's heading right into the Brazito area. Again, it's been pretty steady on its circulation. This is potentially a very, very dangerous situation we're looking at here through Cole County right now. Brighter blues here, these are showing up. That means the wind speeds are intensifying, and you're even getting that little curl right through here. Again, very easy to see the wind circulating inside this particular storm tonight. Again, spotters have reported a tornado on the ground here north of Hickory Hill and just to the west of Brazito. And right now, this one is not showing any signs of weakening. Again, if you're in Cole County, if you're in Jefferson City, this is heading, looks like just this course would stay just potentially south of Jefferson City, but would be heading right at Wardsville, right at Taos. Again, if that's the path it goes, if that's the path it takes, this would be the area it's heading into. Wardsville, you're going to catch it. So would Taos. Possibly even a little bit of Osage Bend. This is what it looks like on the reflectivity, where it allows us to see what the precipitation looks like. And again, there's a pretty heavy precipitation shield. Would very likely expect that there's a little bit of hail in this spot right here. Whether that's quarter-sized hail, maybe even pea-sized hail. There is likely some hail that's falling out of that area. And again, that's heading right into the Wardsville area. The heaviest rain, again, moving into the Wardsville area now, or heaviest precipitation moving into the Wardsville area. Again, several spotters that have been out tonight. We've had several observed tornadoes. A couple across Boone County, some across Randolph County up near Moberly. Some others just north of Booneville. And now we're finding some out here around Cole County, out around Brazito, Hickory Hill. Observed tornado. Again, spotters are saying they have an eye on that, or had an eye on that when it was near the 17 and 54 junction. It's out around the Redfield Golf Center near Eugene. The exit you'd take off in many spots to head down to Fort Leonard Wood here along 54. Again, heaviest precipitation moving into the Wardsville area. Potentially could be some hail right there. But really, we are still looking at some of that circulation. And that circulation, that is where we're looking at a potential tornado, right at Brazito right now, right near Brazito. Again, that'd be right just to the north, potentially, of even Brazito, but that's going to cross over 54. Again, that is going to cross over 54. A lot of heavy rainfall here. You're not going to see it coming. Again, if you are getting any reports of hail or anything like that, you please send it to us. You can email us, news@krcg.com. If you're on social media, if you have Twitter, you can tweet me if you're seeing anything, but of course, only do so if you're able to do it safely. Again, only do so if you can do it safely. Getting reports that there's again, storms have been, spotters have confirmed that there is a tornado on the ground near the Hickory Hill area. Eugene, getting reports, Eugene is without power. Sirens that went off in Jefferson City looked like they stopped here a little while ago as well. Again, I appreciate all the information that you guys keep sharing with me. I appreciate that. That really helps alert us to what's happening and helps us to alert what we can tell folks that live out ahead of these storms. Again, so the tornadoes sirens that were off in Jeff City were stopped. Again, they went off here, I guess, about 15 minutes ago, according to some of the reports that I'm seeing. But this is a very, very potentially dangerous situation that we're looking at right here. This would be a tornado. If this is on the ground, again, spotters have seen the funnel and seen a tornado on the ground early out of this storm. Power outages in Eldon, we think, were caused from this. Some of the debris reached 13,000 feet on the radar, which is significantly high. Typically means that that's debris that would have come from a tornado on the ground to send the debris up that high into the atmosphere. And we're still finding some fairly tight rotation here as it moves into central Cole County, again, just north of Brazito. This is heading towards Wardsville. Again, very possible that it may go just to the north of Wardsville here at the, on that direct line. If we do that direct line, that looks like it would go just to the north of Wardsville. But that is awful close. That is awful close. That could make a little jaunt either way. Again, if you're in Cole County, again, right now, Brazito, this is right on top of you. It is moving to the east at about 45 miles per hour. Very possible that it could head out towards the Wardsville area. Last couple frames, it has moved a little bit more to the left, which is why I think it may skirt just to the north of Wardsville. Still a few little areas of some blue popping up on this. And again, when we look at that blue, normally we talk about red and green, and the brighter the greens and the brighter the reds, the faster the wind speeds. But if you look up here at the scale, blue is on the faster side of that scale for winds towards the radar. All right, so we got a new scan here. Updated warning outline. Still includes Jefferson City, still includes Wardsville, still includes Taos. But it is now a little more along Route C as you head into Jefferson City. Again, that's still in effect here until midnight. Counterclockwise winds swirling around right here. This is what we're looking at just north of Brazito. That's where the center of circulation is at. Continues to march to the east and a little bit more northeast now. Wardsville, though, you are right in the path of that. If you are in Wardsville, you definitely want to take cover. If you're in Jefferson City, you want to take cover as well. Still showing a lot of lightning within that. That lightning means that there's still hail potential in these storms, and even what we're looking at here, very possible that there's still some hail located inside these little darker spots. You got some of that now just north of Wardsville there on Route B. Possibly even some out there on is that Morrow Road. It turns into Greenberry. Even some out on Route C and Fairgrounds Road there too. Latest scan just showed some of that precipitation has weakened, so may not be quite as much rain or possibly even some hail. It could have even been pea-sized hail. But that's where we're looking at here, is just north of Brazito and west of Wardsville. That's where that area of circulation is at. Again, this is potentially a very dangerous situation. Couple more storms to pop up. I mentioned this one here just a minute ago. I'm going to take a wider view because I've got a couple eyes over that we talked about over this Gasconade County storm. That'd be this one right here. That one there has a little bit of rotation inside of it. So again, that's going to be the one just south of Herman. It's going to be out towards Swiss and Drake. That's a severe thunderstorm warning right now. That one's until 12:15, but that one does have the potential for 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, And there has been a little bit of circulation on that. So that's something that we're going to keep a close eye on, at least here for a little bit, that it does include the Herman area. Again, it has some slight rotation there towards the bottom of that polygon, that orange polygon there, just to the east side of the Highway 19 sign. But right now, just a severe thunderstorm warning for that area, again, until 12:15. Back over to Cole County, where we potentially have a little higher threat and a higher situation. Again, this is the area. It's north of Brazito still, but it's heading, looks like just center circulation is going to go just north of Wardsville, but could be heading right in between Wardsville and Jefferson City. So that's still going to include the east side. That would include paths that would be out there. That'd be out towards the Eastland exit. It's going to include parts of Ellis Boulevard. It's going to Lorenzo Green. This is all going to be potentially impacted. This would be right in the path of that. You can see 179, Route B, Route C here. This is the area of circulation south of the fairgrounds. Then you've got 54. You've got the 179. You've got the Special Olympics training headquarters right here. Again, up a little bit further, you've got Capital Region is right in the path of that. You've also got St. Mary's Hospital that is right in the path of this. Again, hospitals right in the path of these storms. But this is heading right in there to the south side of Jefferson City. Looks like it's going to say possibly just north of Wardsville, but if this is on the ground, this is potentially heading right into the city. But this is the area of circulation. Again, this is just intensified within this spot right here, right along Highway 54. Show you where it's picking up shear. Of course, weak shear is in the dark blue. The lighter blue is a little stronger shear. And that is continuing to head towards the Wardsville area there. Winds inside the storm show that that's where the circulation has shifted a little bit more to the north. So still plenty of shear with inside this storm. But this is right along Highway 54. Some heavy rain, possibly even some hail, right along Ellis Boulevard right now. This is heading right into the downtown area, east side of Jefferson City. Some heavy rain now on the west side of Jefferson City, south side of Jefferson City. Unsure, though, of what kind of hail that we're seeing currently in our area. If you are seeing hail and you're able to let me know safely, please, you can tweet at me, at WeatherZach, Z-A-C-H, at WeatherZach, weather, Zach, Z-A-C-H, one word. On Twitter, let me know if you're seeing anything, but only if you can do so safely. Again, only do that if you can do so safely. Let's see if we can pull up a little bit more information. New information. See that red polygon is flashing. That means the warning information, new warning information is coming out. That new warning information says that the tornado threat here is still observed. This tornado threat is still observed. Again, this is on the south side of Jefferson City. If this tornado is on the ground, that's what I'm getting. It is on the ground. It has been observed. The damage threat for this is considerable as it's moving into the capital city. Center circulation again on this. This is right at 179 and Highway 54. That's the spike. That's the little area that we're looking at here. Still getting debris showing up on the radar up to about 10,000 feet. This could be a considerable damage as this moves into Jefferson City right now. A lot of damaging winds. Potential tornado on the ground. This has been observed when it started in Eldon. Again, get you down to street level view here. This is Route C, the St. Mary's Hospital. You can see where that's at on the map. St. Mary's is Jefferson City High School, still off to the east where the new Capital City High School is at, right next to St. Mary's. Again, 54 and 179 interchange. This is going, again, this is going to look like stay north of Wardsville. This is looking like it's going to head right into south end of Jefferson City, impacting the east end of Jefferson City. Again, this is heading right up towards Highway 54 and 179, heading towards Ellis Boulevard. It's going to hit over towards potentially Eastland Drive. Again, over off Seven Hills Road. This is potentially very, very dangerous situation here in Jefferson City. Again, if you're in Jefferson City, you need to head to your basements. You need to get to your shelters. You need to go. You need to get there. New information, spotter confirmed a tornado near Wardsville spotters in Wardsville looking northwest, sees the tornado. Again, this is dangerous. If you are in Jefferson City, you need to get into your basements now. I cannot stress this. I cannot make this more urgent. You need to get into your basements. This circulation, again, right near St. Mary's Hospital, intersection of 54 and 179. This is moving right through the middle of the city. Debris showing up on the radar at 13,000 feet, even higher than what it was before. Again, that indicates that this storm is strong. It has picked up some debris and it is moving it all and through that thunderstorm itself. Again, if you're in Jefferson City, you need to get into a basement. I cannot stress this. I cannot urge this enough. Give you an idea, street level, where we're at. You're at Veith Drive, South Ridge, Christie Drive. I mean, this is very populated areas. Again, moving at 40 miles per hour. This is in a tornado emergency. Again, just upgraded to tornado emergency. Again, this is imminent danger. Again, imminent threat for Jefferson City. You need to get into your basements. Again, this tornado near St. Mary's Hospital. This is where that moving in. We've got this updated. Another tornado warning. Another tornado warning. There are now 2 tornado warnings here in Cole County. One of them includes Calloway County. One also includes Osage County. Again, this is potentially catastrophic. This is a tornado emergency. This is a tornado emergency. If you are in Jefferson City, you need to get into your basements. If you're in Holt Summit, you are now also in the path of this tornado. You need to get into your basements. Northern Cole County, all of Jefferson City, Holt Summit. This is now including New Bloomfield. This goes just up to Fulton. This includes the Callaway Nuclear Plant, Mocaine, Reedsville. It's going to include you again as well. Again, this is a tornado emergency. Again, a very violent and dangerous tornado is moving right into Jefferson City. I cannot stress this enough. You need to get into your basements. You need to get into your basements, Jefferson City. If you can hear my voice in Jefferson City, you need to go into your basement. If you do not have a basement, you need to get to the lowest floor of your home. Take your shoes with you. Grab your shoes, grab a pillow, grab some blankets, but you need to find shelter. You need to find shelter if you're in Jefferson City. I cannot stress this enough. Potentially on the ground near St. Mary's Hospital. Moving along 154 down potentially Ellis Boulevard, heading past St. Mary's, possibly even heading right over to Capital Region. The hospital's here right in the path of this. But this is a very dangerous situation. Catastrophic tornado possibly. Tornado emergency. Again, this is a tornado emergency. for Jefferson City, southern Calloway County. If you're in Holt Summit or Lake Mikey, you also are included in this. Same thing for the new Bloomfield area. This is a very, very dangerous situation. Again, tornado emergency. Jefferson City, potentially large tornado on the ground. Sirens are back on in Jefferson City. They should be. You should be down in your basements at this point. Getting some hail reports in Jefferson City. Small hail reports in Jefferson City. Lots of damage. Getting some pictures coming in from Eldon. That's where this storm started, from Eldon. Pictures coming in from Eldon. Lots of damage potentially from Eldon. We talked about that as well. That's where this storm started. And this is right now moving through downtown Jefferson City. This is an emergency. If you're in Jefferson City, you need to get into your basements. This is potentially the worst severe weather I've ever covered. If you are in Jefferson City, if you are in Osage City, if you're in Holt Summit, you need to get to a safe place. You have got to get into your basement. Jefferson City. If you're in Jefferson City, if you are in Holt Summit, you have got to get into your shelters. You have got to get into your basements. You have got to find a safe place to be. If you're in a mobile home, you have to get out of a mobile home. You have to. Numerous calls again. Weather calls have been going out here all night. Weather radios have been going off. We are looking at, again, this is now crossing over the river. Moving into southeastern. This is going to move into southeastern Holt Summit. Getting reports of power outages in Jefferson City. Again, this is a very, very dangerous situation, a tornado emergency. Holt Summit, you're next. Holt Summit, you've got to do something. Again, this is moving right over the Missouri River into southern Calloway County. Again, this is going to move over into this, again, moving Here we are, we're right along Highway 94. This has moved right over the airport. It's moved right over the Jefferson City Airport. Again, very, very dangerous situation here. Very dangerous. Again, still moving to the east at about 40 miles per hour. But this is an observed tornado. This is an observed tornado. Spotters have confirmed that this happened. I'm getting reports from Eldon from when it first hit. Trees are down, power lines are down, buildings have seen some obstructions of buildings here. This is a dangerous, dangerous situation. If you're in southern Calloway County, again, if you're in southeastern Holt Summit, this is going to be out towards the Railwood Golf Course. Again, that's the direction it's heading, right up 94 across ABB. It's going to be heading into southeastern Holt Summit there. That's going to be heading right towards the Railwood Golf Course. Again, Jefferson City potentially just took a big hit from a tornado. I'm getting some word from some folks that are in part of the city, but lots of power is out. Again, this has now moved over into southern Calloway County. You've got to seek shelter. This is a tornado emergency. You have got to seek shelter if you're in the path of this. Again, this is Holt Summit. Southeastern Holt Summit heading out towards Railwood. Bonnets Mill, you're also included in that. Right on the edge of their Bonnets Mill. New Boomfield, we're also in the path of this too. A couple different areas of circulation on the radar here. All right, Cole County, you are getting ready to come out of the tornado warning. Cole County getting ready to come out of this. Southern Calloway County. A little bit more broad circulation. I like to see that. Broad circulation is much better than tight circulation. But this right here, this is the area. Southeast of Holt Summit here. Extensive damage. Troop F, Highway Patrol, Troop F. Extensive damage in Jefferson City. Extensive damage in Jefferson City. This coming in from Troop F. Storm has weakened slightly, but this is still a very, very catastrophic event. Southern Calloway County. Again, Southern Calloway County, tornado emergency. Extensive damage being reported here from Jefferson City. Highway Patrol right now, again, extensive damage. This might be the worst I've seen. This might be the worst. Worst night of severe weather coverage. Cole County, you are in the clear, though, from the tornado warning. Cole County, you are now in the clear. Calloway County here. Southern Calloway County, you are not in the clear. Extensive damage. Again, extensive damage being reported in Jefferson City. You're in Southern Calloway County. Again, tornado emergency for Southern Calloway County. You need to get into your shelters. You need to get into your safe place. This storm started in Eldon. Provided a lot of damage near Eldon. A lot of damage near Eldon that moved on up into Jefferson City. I just tweeted a picture of what that storm looked like as it rolled through Eldon. Someone sent us a photo. I just tweeted that. You can find that on our Twitter page. You can find that on mine, KRCG 13 as well. I just retweeted the stations. Still a lot of power outages. Still some broad circulation. Again, broad circulation here across Southern Calloway County. A lot of damage on Ellis Boulevard. It's being reported right now, Ellis Boulevard. Hope everybody's safe. Again, a tornado emergency. Southern Calloway County. It's circulation again. A lot of that's going to be just to the east of Holt Summit. Be the east of 54. That circulation is east of 54. So it's Holt Summit east of 54. Evan, are you still back there? Are you able to keep a monitoring of this chat room? There's some extensive reports, some extensive damage coming in. I want to make sure that our newsroom has full access to the same information that I have. Reports of people trapped. Again, a lot of this all along Ellis Boulevard. Again, a lot of that circulation. Again, this is Southern Calloway County we're looking at now. This is a tornado emergency. That is passing over State Road AA here. A lot of that to the east. To the east of Holt Summit. Again, if you're in Jefferson City, check on your neighbors. Again, that circulation east of Holt Summit. You can see where our television station's at in relation to where the circulation is at. Looks like it's going to stay just east of us. It's going to be awful close. Trying to access our Jeff City Skycam here tonight, and I'm having some issues getting a hold of that. Not sure if that's a server issue or if it's because the camera itself has a problem. But I can show a clip. We'll look through it and see what we can't find, or see if we can't see anything here, but power is out at the camera site, so I may not be able to get much. Calloway County here. Again, that circulation is still broad, not nearly as tight at the storm. At least that circulation has weakened quite a bit. All right. This is a lot more broad circulation. See how this is flashing, updating? Again, that's still a tornado warning in effect until 12:30 here for Calloway County. Center of circulation there is located just to the east of Lake Mikey, and it's moving to the northeast at 40 miles per hour. This has been downgraded. This is just a tornado warning. This is no longer a tornado emergency, but you are still, if you're in these areas, you want to seek shelter. Again, it's east of Lake Mikey. See where our television station's at in relation. It's going to pass just to the east of us. It's going to pass just west of Mocaine. Should stay out here through the rural parts. But again, right now, not getting any reports of this being observed. And that would make sense since we have some very, very broad rotation at this point. It is no longer a tight circulation. It is possible, we'll flip over and we'll look at some of the reflectivity here, potentially that this storm could be cycling again, which means that it's just going through another cycle. Again, you can see moving right there to the east. Not a lot of organization with this, at least from a rotational standpoint. But again, it could be cycling. Chamois, you guys are going to get some heavy rain. Maybe you can get some hail over in the Chamois area again there on the northern side of Osage County. Currently not located in that warning, but you guys are awful close. Mocaine, again, you guys are also getting some of that heavy rain in that storm. Again, the tornado located on the back side of this storm. It's located right here, so here in that little void area that we're seeing, in fact. But the rotation is still pretty broad, but here with this latest scan, winds are picking up. Again, this area right here, winds are picking back up, so that doesn't necessarily mean that it's weakening. Still means there could be a tornado, but it's now looking like it's a little more wind event, very broad. Again, that now over into Calloway County, it is downgraded to a radar indicated a radar indicated tornado. Potentially catastrophic damage in Jefferson City earlier as that storm went through. Right now it's radar indicated. Radar indicated is much, much better than one on the ground. Again, I know a lot of you guys are sending messages. I'm trying to keep up with what you're sending me, to try to keep some of that information fresh. But there are multiple areas in Jefferson City tonight that took a direct hit. Thousands of phone calls have gone out with weather call today. If you have a weather radio, those of course have been going off here a lot this evening. You still may get a few more of those happen later tonight. Those would not necessarily be for severe weather. From severe storms, could be from flash flooding, as we still have the potential for this. Here's what it looks like on reflectivity again. Maybe looking to organize a little bit more here across southern Calloway County, northern Osage County. Again, that's out around the Chamois area. But this is the storm, that one right there. Continues to move to the east, Mocaine, Morrison. Getting some fresh updates from the reflectivity. Again, reflectivity, what we're looking at here, the normal radar that you would see us show every day, that shows us where precipitation is at. Whether that's rain, sleet, hail, or snow, that's what we're looking at here, is the different types of precipitation. In these darker areas, when you get to thunderstorms like we're dealing with tonight, that usually indicates that there's hail inside here. So again, that would be possibility for some hail. Again, that's going to be on Highway 100 out towards the Chamois area. Again, south of Mocaine there. Again, these are moving to the east. To give you an idea, so that'd be headed right towards the Chamois area. Again, if you want to keep in mind that this did produce a tornado earlier, again, damage in Eldon, and catastrophic damage across Jefferson City. Catastrophic damage. A lot of information going across social media here at this point. And I'm trying to keep up with it as best I can. Different text messages from some of you as well. All right, we have a new tornado warning. That's probably going to be northern Osage County here. Yep, that's what we're flashing. New tornado warning for northern Osage County. And again, this one is going to go until 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock for northern Osage County here. And that is for that storm. That's the one that went through Jefferson City. That's the one that went through Jefferson City. It's moving more to the east-northeast here. Now it's moving a little bit more due east. So it's moving out of Callaway into northern Osage here. So again, if you're in northern Osage County, circulation on this is broad. Again, that's a good thing. I will take broad circulation, but notice that circulation has been there the entire time. It has not really gone away. It's gone from intense to just more broad and weak rotation, but notice it is still there. And has now crossed out of Calloway County and it's moving back over into northern Osage County. And again, another tornado warning here until 1 o'clock. for northern Osage County. Again, this is radar indicated. This is radar indicated, and it is moving towards Chamois here at about 40 miles per hour. So right out there in the Missouri River bottoms. In fact, there's more of that circulation there, moving towards from Tebbets and Bonnets Mill. That's where the center of that circulation's at. Again, it's been a long, busy night. Started tracking storms about 7 o'clock. Had a brief break for about 15 minutes. And now we're back at it again here. Again, tornado warning. This one radar indicated. A radar indicated tornado right now for northern Osage County until 1 o'clock. There is a little bit more of a, looks like a regeneration, so it's very possible the storm has decided to regenerate and go through and recycle. This would be where that center circulation's at. It's going to be right along Highway C there in Osage County, just to the east of Bonnets Mill. Again, and that's heading towards the Deer area and up over towards Chamois. Again, that's heading towards Highway 100 right now. A lot of heavy rainfall, some dangerous lightning. And it starts to get a little bit hilly over that way, so it's hard to see where stuff is at. Very possible that circulation's over towards Frankenstein in that area. There it is. So that is where the center circulation is at roughly. Again, tracking that for you. This is making more of an easterly turn. And that continues to march to the east, again at about 40 miles per hour. Talked about a couple different storms. There's some more. I want to bring this back up just so areas around the lake. I told you could see some of these storms later tonight. You've had a severe thunderstorm warning there a little bit ago. And there's another one here that's just to your south and west. Again, this is just a severe thunderstorm warning, but that is going to include parts of Truman Lake and the high mile markers area there of the Lake of the Ozarks. So southern Benton County is what we're looking at there. Again, that's a severe thunderstorm warning for winds up to 60 miles per hour for southern Benton County. Again, that one until 12:30. Again, until 12:30. Numerous flash flood warnings. Those keep going off. Those are the green boxes that you see here. A lot of heavy rainfall and a catastrophic night. A lot of damage through Jefferson City. I've heard from Elise, she's out. We'll be covering this for you all morning. She's out and letting us know, or letting, kind of passing back where we've got some damage and where things are happening. Right now, everything radar indicated. Again, everything right now is radar indicated, but that in circulation through Osage County is intensifying a little bit. So again, if you're in northern Osage County, you need to head into your safe shelters as well. A couple different areas of tornado warnings popping up. A lot of different similar names. There's another one near Otterville, and that one, of course, I want to check on that one's over on the Illinois side, just north of St. Louis. You see that flashing light there, or flashing little outline. Just want to make sure that's not the Otterville, out just south of Boonville there and west of Tipton. Just want to make sure that everything is on the up and up out there, and we are good. But northern Osage, here it is. Radar indicated tornado. And you can see where that circulation is at. Again, it's near the Frankenstein area, around Highway C. It's moving to the east. It's going to impact the Deer area there. It's going to impact Chamois. It may stay just to the south of Chamois. But if you're in Chamois, you need to head to your basements. Again, that's a tornado warning until 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. All right, we've got crews that are out working on finding out what's going on. We've got folks checking in with Eldon and Miller County. We've got others that are out now in Jefferson City. A lot of damage here to the capital area tonight. I'm told it did not impact the Capitol building, but it did impact southern areas of Jefferson City along Ellis Boulevard, east out towards Eastland Drive. Impacted some apartment buildings. Some buildings collapsed. There are people that were trapped. I hope everybody is okay. Again, the center of circulation there approaching Highway 100 just to the west of Deer. Luckily, not a lot of information coming in from the Osage County storm that we're looking at here. But there are a couple of little various areas of circulation that keep spinning up, and notice that they spin up and then they weaken. And it's possible that this could be regenerating yet again. And that's the spot right along Highway 100 there, just to the west of Chamois. Everything keeps weakening. That would be fantastic. That's going to be a general rule as we head into the early morning tomorrow. But right now there's still a little bit of some circulation in that storm in Osage County that we're keeping a close eye on. That keeps going right along the river. Again, that keeps going right along the river. Keep checking in with the sky cam that we have in Jeff City. Again, it's without power. I'm trying to see if I can get a preview of what that might look like here. And it may not be possible since the camera here, the camera site is without power. Still a lot of heavy rainfall out there, and that's going to be that is definitely going to be ongoing throughout the night. Flash flood watches are in effect until the early morning. Flash flood warnings out until the early morning as well, and still quite a bit of heavy rainfall. Again, the area we're looking at, this is Osage County, north of Lynn. This is where we're finding a little bit of that circulation heading towards the Chamois area. Again, heading towards the Chamois area. Again, it's right along the Missouri River between Chamois and Mocaine. That's where that rotation is at. It has weakened significantly. Again, it has weakened significantly since it was had first started here about an hour or so ago. There's still a little bit of circulation. And that is, again, that circulation is going to go, looks like, right near Chamoy. This is that area. It's not nearly as broad or not nearly as tight of circulation as we had here earlier. It's a lot more broad. It's also a radar indicated tornado now, meaning the circulation has no longer been seen below that. It's only located within the storm. All right, I'm getting text messages here from the fire department, Jefferson City Fire Department, and other law enforcement officials. If you are in the Jefferson City area, stay away from Ellis Boulevard east near Case. Again, if you're out and about, stay away from the damaged areas. Again, stay away from those damaged areas on Ellis Boulevard. That is coming in from the emergency personnel that are on the scene to stay away. Again, call, check on your neighbors. Maybe have to text on your neighbors, depending on how cell traffic is doing. But please, please, please stay away from those areas. Again, stay away from those damaged areas. Let law enforcement and emergency personnel get in there and do the rescuing that they need to do and the cleanup that they need to do. Again, that is coming in from law enforcement. Please stay away from those areas. Calloway County, you are in the clear here at this point. The Weather Service, the National Weather Service here is going to let the warning in effect for Calloway County expire. Again, the circulation on that storm right near Chamoy, and it's really moved south of Calloway County, and it's moving nearly parallel to the Missouri River at this point. So again, there will be parts of Calloway County still in that warning, but the larger tornado warning that was in effect for Holt Summit, New Bloomfield, Southern Fulton, Reform, Reedsville. Again, that's what we're looking at here. The warning for Calloway County there has expired. The difference would be for extreme eastern Calloway County here, from Mocaine to Chamoy, out towards Portland, where there's still a little bit of that rotation. Again, this is radar indicated. This is radar indicated. But there is still enough circulation within that storm to continue this warning for Osage County until 1 o'clock. Again, law enforcement and emergency personnel in Jefferson City are requesting that you stay away from those damaged areas. Could be power lines, there could be gas leaks. That could lead to some more things. That could be an explosion. If you are home tonight and you're safe, stay there. Reach out, check on your neighbors. Call them, text them. Say your prayers, pray for them. A lot of people that were hurt tonight. It's been a long night. We've been tracking these storms since about 7 o'clock. And they're still ongoing. Again, what we're looking at here is, from a severe weather standpoint, the one cell right now that still presents a little bit of a risk. Again, this is a radar indicated tornado for Calloway County, northern Osage County, the reform area near the nuclear plant. You are just on the outside of that, but notice that circulation is pretty close to you. Again, there's a new scan. See how this has moved over time. And it's still there. Not nearly as well defined, not as easy to spot if you don't know what you're looking for. And that's typically a sign that that thunderstorm is weakening. So it is very broad at the moment. Again, very broad. Do a radar check here. Still a lot of lightning. You're going to find a lot of rainfall. Another severe thunderstorm warning back to the west. That now includes Camden County. So that's out around the Max Creek area there, along 54, moving to the east. Let's see, this is a severe thunderstorm warning for the Camden County area. Again, that one in effect until 1 a.m. We've got 60-mile-per-hour winds, potential up to 1-inch hail. But again, the Camden area, or Camdenton area, it does include Camdenton, Max Creek, Eldridge there in Laclede County. Again, and a lot of rainfall still out there. A lot of rainfall. There's that line. Again, it's a cold front that's moving through. That's hoping to trigger some of these showers and storms going into the early part of the afternoon. And we had talked about the chance for severe weather today. Going into the afternoon, we were essentially just one ingredient shy of having a pretty big outbreak of tornadoes today. But that's still a pretty high risk, and we ended up getting that last ingredient here early this evening, and that's what helped to spawn a lot of these showers. And not only showers, but severe weather. Again, these strong thunderstorms produced large tornadoes across southwest Missouri. Again, today is the anniversary of the Joplin tornado, and they had another fairly large tornado go through Joplin again today as well. That same energy continued to move to the northeast, where it triggered strong thunderstorms here, sparking tornado warnings of our own. And we've had a lot of that, again, from the Eldon area up through Jefferson City. Right through here, that's the line. Potentially a 30-mile path of damage across mid-Missouri from this. And at least here at 12:30, we are seeing some signs of weakening. We are seeing signs of weakening. Still a lot of heavy rain, though, across southern and eastern Calloway County. Northern Osage County, you're still dealing with a little bit of that heavy rain as well. But from a rotation standpoint, that rotation is weakening. Again, that rotation is weakening. It's all radar indicated. Right along the Missouri River there. Again, we're in Chamois here at the moment. And that is traveling right along the Missouri River. From Chamois, again, over near Portland. Heading out towards Bluffton potentially as well. And there's the latest scan. And that rotation is still going to be right along the Missouri River, just north of Highway 100, near Portland. That rotation not nearly as strong as what it was. Not nearly as strong as what it was. We have some reporters that are out. We have been able to capture some video. I warn you, I have not seen this, but this is some damage that Elise Smith was able to get some video from Jefferson City here a little bit ago.
Hello, everyone. This is meteorologist Elise Smith here. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Were you in the storm potentially?
I was down.
Impacted?
I'm in the tractor trailer. I was down at the Ford dealership.
Okay. Well, we've been asked to stay out of this location. Right now, we are just over Christie Drive, over Highway 54, and it looks like there is tornado damage. I just talked with someone from law enforcement, and there is tornado damage right over there.
Can I get to the Chevy dealer?
You might be able to. I think you can go down Christie Drive, but you cannot go any further this way. And they're asking people to stay out, so we're just trying to get the message out.
I'll turn around and go back.
All right. Thank you. Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Elise Smith here. I just talked to someone here in Jefferson City. There is tornado damage just over Highway 54 off of Christie Drive. We are being asked to stay out of the area. I know this area very well. You know the Route 66, that is off of Christie. You know the Sonic. There is damage to the Sonic in southwest Jefferson City, or southeast Jefferson City, I should say. So, that tornado, we cannot confirm it. Zach Paul is on here right now with all the information. However, I'm standing here right now looking at damage around my camera. I cannot go any farther than this. At least I've been asked to not go any farther than this. But there is tornado damage. This is the Providence Bank. There is no damage. Well, there is a little bit of damage to the Providence Bank. I had to stay off of this road, but there are trees everywhere. There is debris right by my car. This looks to be a piece of a building right here. I'm not going to touch it, but this is part of a building or a shed. There is tornado damage in and near Jefferson City. So heed the warnings. We cannot confirm that a tornado was on the ground, but heed the warnings because there is damage right now in Jefferson City. I'm gonna go keep talking to people. People have been displaced. This is just one location of many that could have damage at this moment. Right now we are in the clear, but more storms are coming as well. That is going to be another concern. We don't expect them to be tornadic. However, I'm going to start talking to people and help console them because this area, this is an active area. There is tornado damage. We don't know how much, but it looks like some people are in need of help, so I'm going to go help them. Stay out of the areas. You know where the tornado went through if you're watching Zach Paul. Stay out of the areas, and everyone stay safe.
All right, again, that was a video from Elise Smith here from within the last about half hour or so. She is in Jefferson City. She is out surveying some of the damage. We have some other reporters. We have Gladys Bautista that's going to be out. She's gathering some information. We hope to be able to bring you some more live information later on tonight. As far as how storms are still shaping up, we still have a tornado warning in effect until 1 o'clock. Extended from that because the storm has weakened significantly, and that is the good news. That is what I can share with you tonight, is that this is good news. The thunderstorm warning that's been extended over into Montgomery County and extreme northern Gasconade County. Again, that is in effect until 1:30. Again, that's going to be for the winds up to 60 miles per hour, potentially nickel-sized hail, but also because of the possibility of a tornado that we have had tonight. Again, a lot of strong thunderstorms have moved into the area. The rotation that we have seen within this storm in Osage County has weakened significantly, and it is very possible that will be allowed to expire relatively soon. I would think maybe in the next 10 to 15 minutes. We'll see how fast that circulation moves. Again, it's been moving fairly slow. And at times we are getting 35 to 40 mile per hour, and then at times it has moved faster than that. But numerous reports of damage across the area. In fact, some of the, see if I can't pull some of these up. Stuff here within the last 12 hours. We'll take a view, and you can see just from the mid-Missouri area. It started up here to the north, where we had funnel cloud reported near Marshall. Just to the east of Marshall, we have a funnel cloud and some large hail. You get up to north of Fayette, there was a tornado reported as well as a funnel cloud, and same thing up to the north and west of Moberly. We've had several different reports of funnels and some large hail, some wind damage. Had a report of the tornado as well across northern Boone County. That's what helped spark that warning. Some of that was reported starting out at Midway and tracked to the north and east before it weakened. And then we had another storm. Again, this one started around the Eldon area. And we've had numerous reports of some damage from Eldon all the way up through Jefferson City. And that storm, as it moved out of Eldon, did some damage in Eldon and has done some extensive damage across Jefferson City. Some extensive damage here through Jefferson City. Again, if you are out and about or plan on going out and about, law enforcement is going to and has encouraged everybody to stay away from those scenes. Again, stay away from those damaged scenes. Let law enforcement get in there and emergency personnel get in there, repair gas leaks, repair power lines. Those are some very dangerous combinations. If you get gas leaks and power lines that are down, that can trigger some fires, that can trigger some explosions. Let law enforcement and emergency personnel in there. The less vehicles that are in that area, it's a lot easier to get ambulances and crews in there if need be. But these storms tonight are weakening. Again, these storms tonight are weakening. I am very excited to say that these storms are weakening. Still a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, a brand new one for Montgomery County, northern Gasconade County. That one, again, until 1:30. Going back out to the south for the one here in Camden County. This one here in effect until 1 o'clock. Not much rotation within the storm here. It's got some fast wind speeds that I can see, some gusty winds that are associated inside that storm. And same thing over here. Still has some gusty winds and some fast speeds, but I am not seeing much from a tight area of circulation. There's still some broad circulation. Again, still right along Highway 100, right along Highway 94, right along the Missouri River. Northern Osage County there. It's now east of Chamois. It's near Portland. In fact, just to the east of Portland. And again, these have been moving pretty slow here tonight, about 35 to 45 miles per hour at times. The reason they're moving so slow is also what's making the flash flood threat extremely high tonight. We're finally starting to see the severe threat winding down here tonight, but we are not necessarily out of the woods. We are not necessarily out of the woods here. We still have a tornado watch that's in effect for a lot of areas here until 4 a.m. Again, tornado watch, that's for a lot of the areas highlighted in yellow until 4 a.m. It includes Calloway, Cole, Osage, Montgomery, and Gasconade. It includes Morgan and Miller, Marys, from Camden over to Benton, Phelps, and Pulaski. And some of you have been pretty quiet from storms tonight. But that could be a little bit different here later on. Again, this line of storms continues to move to the east. Marys County, Phelps County, Pulaski County, been pretty quiet in your area. It's going to get noisy here tonight. You guys have some storms moving into your area. Right now, none of those storms are severe. However, for Fort Leonard Wood and Crocker and Waynesville, those in Pulaski County, off to your west, you do have some severe thunderstorms. Again, you do have some severe thunderstorms here that are off to your west. This is major winds are going to be the main threat with this one. Down near Armstrong earlier tonight. Still another storm nearby. That one, again, not severe. Not severe. Aldrain County, Mexico, some storms up your way. Again, not severe. But we do have a severe thunderstorm warning here. Again, for Montgomery County, northern Gasconade County. That's until 1:30, so 45 more minutes on this storm here from Montgomery City down to Herman. This is tornado warning it's still in effect for northern Callaway, but this has weakened significantly. This one has weakened quite a bit. Still a little bit of that rotation though. Flares up a little bit as it moves out of Calloway and Osage County here. You see a little bit of that flare up. Again, heading towards the Rhineland area. Areas near Rhineland. Again, that's heading right for you. Again, right now, not a severe or not a tornado warning for Montgomery County there, but a severe thunderstorm warning that does have some rotation. So be on the lookout for that and some damaging winds potentially moving into your area. It's heading your way as well. It has been a while since we've seen a big outbreak of storms like this. And for one, it's been a while since we've seen some do some major damage in this area. And that's what we've had. But still, some of that circulation out across Montgomery County. A lot of heavy rainfall, a lot of lightning along that leading edge. Again, that front continues to slide through, triggering and sparking some of these showers and storms. Then notice this is a pretty long line of storms here too. Stretching all the way from Chicago to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City a little more in the clear at this point, but Tulsa still has some strong storms nearby. And again, right along I-44 up into east central Missouri. A lot of lightning and a lot of damaging wind associated with this. Again, this is the area of concern. Tornado warning here for Calloway County, southern Calloway County, extreme eastern Calloway County, and extreme northern Osage County. So Mocaine down through Chamois along Highway 100 to the east. Will likely be in the clear before too long for that area, but there's still some storms that are holding on. And again, some of that wind inside that storm still indicating that there's a little bit of rotation. As that's evident right now out around the Rhineland area. As it moves out of Osage and Calloway counties into Montgomery County, it is a severe thunderstorm warning. But it does have the possibility with the status of that storm to become a tornado. So again, you still want to take that seriously. 60-mile-per-hour winds. And there it is. They canceled the Calloway and Osage County tornado warnings. Still a lot of storms moving across the area. Right now, we are clear of tornado warnings. We have no tornado warnings currently in. But Osage County and Calloway County, you are now in the clear from that tornado warning. We're still looking at a severe thunderstorm warning here for southern Montgomery County. Again, that one in effect here for another 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Does include Herman. Now, that is the area that we're watching for potential redevelopment. It is possible that storm is recycling and gaining strength as that circulation was here about 20 minutes ago. Thunderstorms right now, severe thunderstorm warnings down for Camdenton and Camden County. Again, that one in effect here, that one's till 1:15 if I remember correctly, 1 o'clock, so 15 more minutes on that particular storm. This one here also has just a little bit of rotation with it, but very, very minimal. But it is more wind damage. There is more just straight line wind damage associated with this storm we're looking at here for southern Camden County, east of Max Creek down towards Camdenton. Was some small hail reported out of this storm. And a lot of lightning, a lot of lightning with these storms here tonight. And still seeing some of that. Hail looks pretty minimal. But the winds, much different. Much different. Be the area that we're seeing some hail showing up in the storm. It's on the smaller side there, but that's still probably about an inch or so. Yeah, so we're seeing some decent size, potentially 1-inch hail out of this storm there through Camden County. But it's mainly the winds. Again, the winds, 60 to 65, maybe even a little bit faster wind speeds out of that storm. Again, notice those are rushing from west to east. So those areas in southern Camden County that are going to be experiencing some of that, again, just north of Eldridge, this is a pretty rural area. But you'll probably feel those winds in Camdenton within the next 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15. But the worst of that looks like it's going to be right along the Camden-Laclede County line, heading right towards Highway 5. And still this area up here, another severe thunderstorm warning. And again, that one also showing a little bit more circulation than straight line winds. So this one here still has some rotation within that thunderstorm, something we're keeping a close eye on. Again, a lot of power outages still. Again, Jefferson City took a direct hit from a tornado potentially earlier tonight. Lots and lots of damage around Jefferson City. You should not go out and look at it. Law enforcement and emergency personnel are urging you to stay away from those scenes. There's power lines that are down. There's potential for gas leaks. That could lead to some fires. That could lead to some more hazards. Stay away from those areas. There are some buildings that have been completely destroyed. Some have collapsed. And again, we were getting reports that there were potentially some people trapped in an apartment building, in the basement of the apartment building that collapsed. From what I've been able to see and what I've been able to hear, some of the heaviest damage has come along the Ellis Boulevard area, along Highway 54, east over to Eastland Drive, and it's been that southeast part of Jefferson City that has taken that direct hit. Still numerous storms coming out tonight. Right now, not finding anything severe on the back side of this main line, but still some significant rainfall. Again, flash flood warnings across the entire area. A flash flood watch that's out. In some cases, some of areas have picked up close to 6 inches of rain since Sunday. Again, a lot of heavy rainfall, still a few severe thunderstorm warnings. And again, we do have some people out in the field. I want to send over to Kermit. Kermit's got some more information on what we might be able to learn tonight. Kermit.
All right, Zach, take a break, take a drink of water. After the 10 o'clock test, then I drove back into Jefferson City very briefly just to check on family. While I was there, the sirens went off, but only very briefly, and I pretty much spent a few minutes, turned around and came right back. I can tell you that on the west side of town, the Memorial Park area, lights were still on. Everything from the state capitol west out of West Main Street, power was on, and there did not seem to be any evidence of damage. So what we are hearing is that the wind, presumably a tornado, came through the southeast part of town, south part of town, basically up Highway 54 from Eldon, Missouri, and tracked to the east of 54 as it crossed over the Missouri River. Some of the heaviest damage we understand now, as Zach indicated, is in the area of Ellis Boulevard and Highway 54. If you were with us earlier, Elise Smith was there. She was sending some Facebook Live material that showed that the power was out, that the authorities had the streets blocked off there, and that there was evidence of damage there. She talked about seeing the Sonic Drive-In, if you know that area, had damage. There's a bank that sits on that corner that had evidence of some damage. We want to get an update now on that situation. Gladys Bautista is now in that same area live and will bring us up to speed on what is going on there. Gladys?
Kermit, we got here about 20 minutes ago. Right now we have bulldozers over here. Not sure what they're for. They look like they're clearing some of what is on the ground. A lot of trees, a lot of leaves, a lot of limbs on the ground right now. There are several people out here right now, dozens of cars. If you want to take a look behind me, there are several cars in here just parked. This area has no electricity. You can see limbs, leaves on the ground. Severe damage in this area. When we got here, there were several cars. Now, as you can see over there, now police were directing traffic back onto 54. They're clearing this area. No cars can pass through this area. That's why you can see a lot of people out right now. But like Zach says law enforcement is saying to stay inside. Don't come out. Don't try to look at this damage. It's still dangerous. We don't know what's out there. Again, there is no power over here. Several people outside right now. Ma'am, are you over there when the tornado hit?
No, actually I was not, but this is crazy. I can't even believe it.
What did you hear when everything was happening?
I stay on the west end of town, so I heard the sirens, but other than that, that's it. But I was coming to really check on my peoples because they live on this side.
Have you heard from any of them?
Yeah, I have. They good. Their power is out. That's about it.
How are you feeling right now?
I don't even know what to believe. This is the first time I ever seen something like this in this part of town, so it's sad.
All right. Well, thank you, and stay safe, okay? So you can see people in disbelief as to what has happened here. Now, during that coverage that Zach, when he was on air, what he was saying, he said that this is some of the worst weather that he has ever covered. Now, I'm going to hand this over to Elise, but if you see over there, the bulldozers are working through this street.
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is meteorologist Elise Smith. Thank you so much, Gladys. To check in with everyone, I was one of the first people on the scene here in Christie Drive tonight. And what we can describe the scene is as chaos. That's what a state trooper told me when I first arrived here. Now, traffic is being directed away from Christie Drive at the moment. For those of you who don't know, that is just south of Jefferson City, off of Highway 54. They are directing traffic away because this is an active scene. So for all the Good Samaritans out there, we do not want you going into tornado-impacted areas. There is debris everywhere. And another potential threat is the power. Initially, crews couldn't even get back to impacted areas, damaged areas, because the power was still on. They have to shut off the power for safety concerns before they can go into an impacted area. From what I know from a weather standpoint, this does look like tornado damage, and from what we knew on the radar signature, this could be potential tornado damage here in Jefferson City off of Christie Drive. So again, please do not go into any tornado impacted areas whatsoever. We're going to continue to talk to people here and try to get more information from law enforcement, but also be here with the residents who might be impacted. There is an apartment complex back there that crews are trying to get to at this moment, and that's really all we know for now. So for now, I'm going to send it back into the studio if that is possible.
We are back. Thank you very much, Elise. Again, that is in the area of Christie Drive, Southwest Boulevard, Ellis Boulevard, and Highway 54. No power there, damage clearly there. They want folks to stay away from that area, but we will leave our people there to bring you updates as is necessary. We want to go right back to Zach in the Weather Center. We understand there is a new tornado warning issued now, Zach?
That area that we were just looking at here just a minute ago, as that thunderstorm warning was showing signs of rotation from Rhineland up to about Americus. That spin has now been triggered or deemed fast enough for this new tornado warning to pop up. Notice here, as you can back this up a few frames, you can see where it's moving towards Highway K and Highway P. Back here to the west side and the left side of your screen. As we move forward, it intensifies as it crosses over Highway P. That was enough to trigger that tornado warning. And now it continues to move into central and eastern Montgomery counties. Again, this here at that point was here. That one's in effect until 1:45. Again, 1:45 tonight. But that's not all. Still some strong storms back down here to the southwest. The lake area, we were looking at that storm across Camden County. Again, that one was showing some damaging winds on the leading edge of that, and that one there has picked up on some couplets. So what we're looking at here across Camden County, that one there is more so what we were looking at yesterday. That's the style that we were looking at yesterday. Again, still a potential for some very dangerous weather to happen across parts of Camden County as well as parts of southern Montgomery County here tonight. Pretty much the entire area along Highway 54 to the south and to the east is under a tornado watch until 4 o'clock. Again, pretty much the entire area is under a tornado watch until 4 o'clock as these storms continue to move through, especially for areas near Richland and Fort Leonard Wood and Rolla. That's an area that hasn't seen much in the way of thunderstorms today, so there's still a lot of fuel for those storms to tap into. And they're still producing quite a bit of lightning, especially the one just to the west of Lebanon. That'll be something else that could impact parts of Phelps and Pulaski counties here. Pulaski County first in the Fort Leonard Wood area. But currently, again, another tornado warning here. This is for southern Camden and eastern Camden counties. Again, that one is in effect here till 1:15, so about another 15 minutes. Another thunderstorm again with that tornado warning. That one's for 1:45 for Montgomery County. Again, southern Montgomery County. We're looking at 1:45 on that. Again, that velocity, the winds inside that thunderstorm have shown some rotation on this storm here for hours. Tightening up, brightening. Again, the brighter the red, the brighter the greens, the faster the wind speeds. And when they're right next to each other, that's where you see some of that rotation. That's typically where those tornadoes form. And we've seen a lot of that here tonight. And this thunderstorm was spinning fast enough to trigger a tornado warning. And here over the last couple of minutes is starting to lose some of that tight rotation, but still showing some of that broad rotation. So still could be looking at some major wind damage here through Morgan, or not Morgan, but that'd be Montgomery and Warren counties. Again, Montgomery and Warren counties. Montgomery and Warren counties. Again, that circulation now has moved over into Warren County. That's the area right here. But on its current path, it's headed right towards Jonesburg. Again, that'd be headed right towards the Jonesburg area. Heavy rain, some lightning, possibly even some small-sized hail, but there could be a tornado that's produced out of this. But that's the area it's heading into right now. Right here through Warren County, Montgomery County and Warren County. This is the county line right here. This is the corner, that corner of Warren County. That's where that circulation's at. Again, flashing new updated information here on that particular storm. Again, it's located near Jonesburg. This one's moving to the east here at 45 miles per hour. Again, that's the area of circulation. Right there. Again, that's the area of circulation we're looking at. Right in there. Again, moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. More information on that storm back around the lake area. We'll zoom in over there. Again, that one in effect here for about another 15 minutes. It's flashing as well, getting some updated information. And that one there starting to show a little bit more of, instead of some straight line winds, that one there showing some of the potential for some of that rotation. Again here, you see a little bit of that counterclockwise spin, even with how the colors are overlapped. You get a little bit of a curl right in this area. That's where that tornado would be. Again, we're looking right at the Camden and Laclede County lines, just to the north of Richland, between Highway 5 and Highway 7. That is the area that we're looking at here tonight. Again, still quite a bit of rainfall, some considerable rainfall, some dangerous lightning, even some gusty winds across the entire area. Flash flood warnings in a fair area until tomorrow morning. And then numerous flood warnings. Missouri River coming out of its banks from roughly Glasgow all the way to Herman. Major flooding along the Missouri River from all the rain that we've seen. And we've picked up a lot of rainfall yet again tonight. Again, a lot of weather tonight, a lot of severe weather. Unreal the kind of weather we've seen here tonight. Tornado warning in effect here for Montgomery County. Circulation moved out of Montgomery County over into Warren County, but that is headed right towards Jonesburg. Could be some small-sized hail inside here as well. Again, that would cross right over I-70 near Jonesburg. And that's where that circulation is at, potentially strengthening. Could see a new tornado developing and reaching the ground here at any time. Again, Warren County moving towards Jonesburg. We've got two of these areas here. Again, if you're in Jonesburg, you need to head to your safe place. This little area's circulation has intensified. Potentially could have that circulation reaching the ground. If you're in Jonesburg, again, you need to head into your shelter. That circulation continues to strengthen. Again, that circulation right now in Warren County, but moving right towards Jonesburg along I-70 there in Montgomery County. If you're in those locations, again, you need to seek shelter. You need to get into a safe place. That's that location. Back down to the lake area, we'll continue to check on that area as well. And that one's still showing some decent circulation right there between Highway 5 and Highway 7. Continuing to find numerous reports coming in. Unreal the kind of devastation that we've seen across the area today. Tornado warning, again, this one here, we're Camden County, just the southeast of Camden, and that one's in effect here for a few more minutes, 1:15. Based on what I'm seeing, I would expect to see at least a severe thunderstorm warning come out for southern Miller County and northern Pulaski County, if not have this tornado warning extended. So again, I don't think this storm here is done. This one here continues to strengthen. Real tight circulation right through here. Not sure if this is reaching the ground, but it is definitely strengthening, as is the storm here to the west over near Jonesburg. Again, Jonesburg, that circulation through Warren County, but that is heading right into, again, that's about to cross over I-70 there near Jonesburg. Again, that one in effect until 145 for Warren County and extreme southeastern Montgomery County. Again, very, very catastrophic. Strong storms across the entire area today. Some have yet to be tapped into for areas along I-44 from Fort Leonard Wood down to the south, Rolla, Waynesville, St. Robert. Again, those areas still under a tornado watch until 4 a.m. We've got, we've got reporters out. We're going to head back out to that. Kermit can fill us in on what we've got from out in the field. Kermit.
All right, Zach. Once again, we do have crews out in the street. The area of particular concern tonight, as Zach has indicated, is that area of the Ellis Boulevard. There are big problems there. There is damage to a drive-in restaurant. There's damage to a bank. There's no power in the area. There are heavy equipment crews pushing debris out of the way. Gladys Bautista has been surveying that damage and can bring us more information now. Gladys.
Yeah, like Zach said, if you guys are trying to get out, law enforcement is urging you guys to stay inside right now and do not go into any possible tornado affected areas right now. If you try to come down Southwest Boulevard, police are not going to let you come down here. They have the road blocked off. Right now there are several people walking down from where the road is blocked off. We have Talay with me. She was actually at home when the tornado hit. So just tell us what was happening, what was going through your mind.
So like the sirens were going off, and so they was like evacuate. So we went to the bathroom, and I went in the tub with my baby, and then like it started moving, and so it stopped, and then I went to see what happened, and I just see flashlights all outside. And so I go outside, and like the building across from us was shattered. The people underneath us, their window was gone. And then as you go further in the street, all you see is apartments down. In the Hawthorns where I was at, the leasing office gone. The YMCA, most of it is gone. There are buildings, and then there's a gas leak. So they're evacuating everybody out the Hawthorns because the smell of the gas, and they want everyone to go to safe in the YMCA. So everyone is just walking out of the Hawthorns because the gas is so strong. And so it was very scary. I'm still shaken up, but yeah, no one was like deaf, no one died, but there was people injured. There was cars on trees. There were a lot of people stuck in their apartment. So the fire department did come and try to rescue everyone out, and so that's when they just pushed everyone out of the apartment complex.
What were you feeling in hearing tornado sirens go? I mean, what was going through your mind?
Well, I just moved here like 2 weeks ago, and I'm from Kansas City, and so when the tornado come, I'm just like, this is no biggie. And like my mama's calling me, she was like, you have to get shelter. And then like my phone started going off, so I was like, room. And then lights went off, the apartment building was shaking, so we just stayed there, and I was just trying to keep my 2-year-old safe. I was scared myself, but I had to make sure he would stay down. The cushion that I had over us, it was moving, so I had to hold on to it. So yeah, I'm still shaken up, but I'm glad no one was hurt. I mean, people got hurt, but no one died, and that's the biggest thing to me. No one died.
What were you hearing from your neighbors and the people that live around you? I mean, obviously a scary, scary moment for all of you guys. I mean, what was kind of the group feeling amongst you all going through that?
It was disbelief, and it was sadness, because some people didn't get affected, but just seeing how people's cars were torn and trees and people's houses, it was just sad, because it was just like, dang, we didn't think it was going to hit us this hard. And so everyone was People phones were going, so everybody was just lending a helping hand. I actually had my son, I was carrying things, and a stranger came up to me and was like, you need help? And so they helped me walk out of the complex. So it was just, everyone was just trying to help everybody because everyone was scared and no one knew what to do.
So you guys walked all the way from down there back up here?
Yes, because the gas is so strong. Like, I don't know, there was a gas tank, and they didn't say how many, but my house didn't get hit, but everyone around me got hit, and there was just like, was trying to drive through, but so much debris, you can't even drive through it, and so you have to walk.
Are you and everybody that was with you safe?
Yeah, it was just me and my son. My sister and her friend, who all live together. They were at work, and so she got off of work and she actually walked down there to come get us because there was no. I'm very thankful. Again, I've seen this on TV, but I've never been through this, and so just seeing it, it's scary. I am shaking, but. I have to be strong for my son, but I am shaking if you can see. It is crazy. It's a sad scene to see. It's very sad.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Now, Kermit, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
All right, that young woman talking about problems in apartments in that area. If you're familiar with that area, you know that the Broadmoor apartments are there behind the YMCA there on Ellis Boulevard. That is a lot of people living in a concentrated area, so that could be problematic. Again, power out in that area, and we do know there's damage to the Sonic Drive-In restaurant. We do know there's damage to the Providence Bank that's right there on the corner at Ellis Boulevard. There are still storm warnings being issued, tornado warnings in various places. Let's go back to Zach and get the latest on that.
Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, a new tornado warning. We were tracking this storm earlier through Camden County here, and it is 1:15 when it was allowed to expire, but there's still that circulation. So this warning also includes Miller and Pulaski. And this is going to go for another half hour. Again, Miller, Pulaski, and Camden counties, you're under a radar indicated tornado. Again, this is going to go until 1:45 in the morning. You can see the center of circulation right along Highway 7. The storm is tracking to the east at about 40 miles per hour. Again, located just to the northwest of Richland, and it is south and east of Camdenton. So a lot of the populated areas of Camden County are in the clear. However, this is continuing to move over into this will move over into Pulaski County, which is going to include the Crocker area, could also include Dixon. Again, south of Iberia, but it does include the southeast part of Miller County here along Highway 17. Again, the areas that are immediately affected are right here through Camden County, and that circulation, that one there has intensified. What started off looking like it was some gusty winds and some damaging winds, that storm has changed shapes, and we are seeing a little bit of that rotation even here within the wind fields. You see that counterclockwise spin where the greens are moving sort of to the left and south, and the reds are moving to the right and north. And you sort of get that little dance, and you can see a little bit of blips here. Again, this is going back 7 minutes ago, and we fast forward here through a couple minutes, and that's what we're looking at here. You get this counterclockwise spin. Again, green is areas of wind that are blowing towards the radar. Again, green is blowing towards the radar, and red is blowing away from the radar. And the wind, you get that friction, you get this little spin right in here. You get that counterclockwise spin right in that location. And that's where that thunderstorm is rotating. And with this particular storm, this is rotating tight enough that this could produce a tornado. That's the area we're looking at. Notice another tornado warning now back to the southwest. This one just left west of Lebanon. This one just coming in as well. Again, that one also for a little while. This one here goes until 2 a.m. The one that's still west of Lebanon, but does include Pulaski County and, again, extreme western Pulaski County and southern Camden County here for this storm just to the west of Lebanon. That's a tornado warning until 2 a.m. Real tight circulation right now just to the north of Richland, right along Highway 7. This is continuing to pass over Highway 7 to the east. Again, this is going to be a damaging wind event, potentially a tornado event, not getting much in the way of any hail potential for this storm. But this storm moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. Here's what it looks like precipitation-wise. A lot of lightning still within that storm. Again, rural parts of Camden County, not much from a population-wise out this direction, but this is where we'd be seeing the heaviest rain. That could also be some small pea-sized hail. Some of that rain moving into the Crocker area. Crocker, you are under that tornado warning. But currently, the circulation is well to your west, so you're getting some of that heavier rain and moving in. But again, that is not for your area here at the moment. Again, a lot of untapped air moving into this part of mid-Missouri, south of the lake, over towards Crocker, as you can see, Waynesville, Fort Leonard Wood. You've got Rolla and St. Robert, St. James. It's Dixon there off to the east of that tornado warning. But haven't seen much in the way of storms down here to the south yet, and still a lot of energy for those storms to tap into, and they're starting to find that, especially the one out here in Lebanon. That one there is starting to become a little bit stronger. If we're lucky, this storm near Lebanon will pull quite a bit of energy from this storm here from Camden and Pulaski counties. If I can pull some of the energy from there, that'd make this one stronger, but that also make this one a little bit weaker. And that tends to happen in these types of situations. The storm to the north will weaken, the storm to the south will strengthen. But either way, we still have some efficient rainmakers. There's that storm back off towards Lebanon. Again, some real fast wind speeds inside that. That one in Camden County. This one here also still some very tight circulations. This is where that circulation is at. That's where that tornado would be if it's on the ground. Same thing for the Lebanon area in Laclede County here. Again, this one also including western Pulaski County. Again, this one here also including western Pulaski County. That one until 2 a.m. Not as long for this one right here. A lot of storms still moving across the area. New update, as you can see, that one's flashing still till 2 a.m. But that one's still moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. It's located near Lebanon right now. That one near Lebanon has the potential for 2-inch hail. The hail potential out of that storm, again, up to 2 inches. Here for Camden and Miller County, a little bit lower. Looking at possibility of about 1 inch to 1.25 inches with that storm there, that west of Crocker and north of Richland. Looks like Montgomery County, you still have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect, but the tornado warning that was in effect for Montgomery County, that has been allowed to expire. Again, that storm continues to gain a little bit of strength as it moves into the St. Louis area. That area still has been untapped from thunderstorms today, so those are a little bit more of a favorable environment for those storms as they're moving into the St. Louis area. Same thing that we're seeing for southern Gasconade and Marys County and Phelps and Pulaski. This is some untapped air, so a lot of energy for those storms to still dial into and tap into yet tonight. And again, when we started the day, we had about 90% of the ingredients in play. And through the late part of the evening, or earlier part of the evening, that other ingredient, that last one, really started to arrive in the area. And as soon as it did, these storms initiated and took off very quickly. Again, the Camden, Miller, Pulaski County tornado. It's this area from Crocker to the west. Again, this one radar indicated, but that one is showing some decent circulation here on the radar. When we look at the velocities, That's the location of where that tornado would be. Also getting a report from that tornado warning just to the south near Lebanon. Fire department is reporting that there is a tornado on the ground north of Lebanon. No damage of reports here at this time, but this one here near Lebanon, emergency personnel are reporting a tornado right along Highway 5, about 3 miles north of Lebanon. That's that area of circulation that we're looking at currently right here. That's an area, that one also reporting with the tornado on the ground from emergency personnel. Again, that's heading towards western Pulaski County. If that holds strength, that would run through the Fort Leonard Wood base area. And still having some circulation here across Camden County. We're continuing to get a lot more of that information from the radar. Again, nothing confirmed from this area. Again, that's a rural part of Camden County. That area, again, moving to the east at about 40 miles per hour. One more to the south. That area there also producing a tornado, also moving to the east at about 40 miles per hour. Again, it is about 1:30 in the morning. We've been tracking these storms here for about 6.5 hours now. And they are still going. Reports of damage in Eldon from when the tornado touched down. That moved out of Eldon, up 54 into Jefferson City. And we have crews out in Jefferson City gathering information. We'll have a lot of that for you here coming up on KRCG 13 Live at sunrise. When we find new information here tonight from the reporters, we will bring that to you. We've got them live in the field. Elise Smith, she is out. She is out surveying some of that area. Again, we have crews that are out in the field gathering that information. We've got people here that are on the phones working that, trying to find out what's going on. If you have photos, share them with us. Head to our website, krcgtv.com. At the top, click Chime In, and there's a folder that says Severe Weather. Again, put that picture in that folder for severe weather. Leave us a caption of where that photo was taken and what we're looking at. Again, a couple different areas of damage tonight. It's going to be hard to tell potentially what town that picture is taken from. Again, so we've got that from the Eldon area, Jefferson City. If you've got trees down, we've had some wind damage, even some large hail potentially up around the Moberly area, Rennick and Higbee. Had a tornado just north of Columbia tonight as well. Here's a look at those. Here's a look at the storm reports. This is 24 hours. We'll make that a little bit shorter, down to 12 hours. And you can see, originally started up to the north tonight. Started in Marshall. Some large hail, funnel clouds reported that eventually produced a tornado here in northern Howard County, north of Fayette, near Armstrong. Weakened a little, but continued to provide some large hail and some wind damage from Clark over to Rennick. Another storm produced a tornado near Huntsville. Funnel cloud touched down near Huntsville and continued to move up to the north and east. You go south, another storm that produced a funnel was reported across parts of western Cooper County, out around the Pilot Grove and Arrow Rock area here. That storm dropped some decent hail through Boonville, had some wind damage and potentially even a tornado where it was first reported out at Midway. And that continued moving to the northeast up towards Hallsville and northern areas of Columbia near Prathersville, where another tornado was reported. That one moved over into Mexico and produced some more wind damage. Storms to the south also had a lot of that damage. First was reported as a tornado near Eldon. We're reporting some wind damage. Of course, there's a lot more from some of the pictures I've seen than wind damage. But the first time that the tornado was reported was as it moved through Eldon and out of Eldon and into Cole County We've got numerous reports, lots and lots of damage. And we have, some of you have already uploaded some of those pictures to chime in. Again, that's the break time. That's that break time that's right next to Sonic, right there on Ellis Boulevard. That's what we're looking at. That's the break time right next to Sonic on Ellis Boulevard. You can see that's the foreground of Sonic right here. That's their ordering boards right here in the foreground. That's Christie Drive, Ellis Boulevard intersection. We're looking back towards the east. You've got I think that's the Phillips 66 there on the northeast corner of Christie Drive. Again, that's that break time gas station with the Sonic there on the right-hand side. Again, a lot of damage. There it is again. That's the break time with the Sonic. And then there's the Christie Drive. Look at that other photo there where we had some power outages. Again, a lot of damage out there and still dealing with some of those tornado-warm storms. There has been a report of the tornado on the ground here for that one just north of Lebanon. That does include western Pulaski County. Right now, if you're in that area, you need to get into your safe place. Again, that's heading towards the Fort Leonard Wood area. Some of the circulation that's north of Richland has weakened a little bit, but it is still showing a little sign of circulation. Again, that circulation has not gone away. It's just not as strong and not as tight as what it was looking like when it first triggered that tornado warning back around 1:15 to 1:16 this morning here, so about 15 minutes ago. I am being told we have some video of some of the events tonight too. Let's see what we have there. This one comes from Ricky Jarvis again, and looks like you can see some of that. Yeah, there it is from the lightning flashes. You can see that funnel right there in the middle. Again, it's right in the middle of your screen. There it is. Yeah, when the lightning flashes, you can see that right in the middle of the screen. That is right on 54 here. And you can see that. That is unreal. Unreal. The damage that we've got here across Jefferson City tonight. Again, the circulation for Camden County starting to move over into Pulaski County. It has weakened a little bit, but there is still some of that circulation that's there, but it is becoming a little more disorganized. And that happens sometimes when you get two fairly large storms next to each other. The one that's in the more favorable environment, which is the one here for Laclede County and western Pulaski County, tends to rob a lot more of the energy. And the one here in Lebanon, this one has had a tornado that was reported on the ground. Again, emergency personnel reported that they saw a tornado along Highway 5, about 3 miles north of Lebanon. That's going to be this area of circulation right here. The initial area for that tornado warning for Camden County, that circulation has now moved out of Camden County. If you're in Richland, you are still in that tornado warning. Again, that's for the one that's near Lebanon. North of Richland, this circulation's headed towards Crocker again, so now it's over into Pulaski County. And it is moving to the east at about 35 miles per hour. Again, moving to the east here at about 35 miles per hour. If you're in Crocker, it's heading your way. You need to be in your safe rooms. You need to head to shelter. Same goes for if you're in western Pulaski County here, even in Laclede County. That circulation much, much tighter. Much, much tighter. That's continuing to show signs of organization and not showing any signs of weakening at the moment. And if that holds together, that's going to head right towards the Fort Leonard Wood base, towards Waynesville, and right on up I-44. Again, that circulation here, going to move right on up I-44. I still see that there's some more coming back into the southwest. So what's moving into the Joplin area once again. Again, they can't catch a break today either. Again, anniversary of the Joplin tornado, and they've been dealing with tornadoes earlier this afternoon, and it looks like they're dealing with them once again here tonight. These should stay out of the mid-Missouri area. Those should be moving into a more favorable environment across southeast Missouri. But if they continue this northeasterly track, some of that could impact Pulaski and Phelps County here later tonight. Again, a good chunk of the area south of Highway 50 under a tornado watch until 4 a.m. Until 4 a.m. Numerous areas of thunderstorms across the area, a lot of heavy rainfall. Only 2 areas of concern right now, both of which include Pulaski County. 2 different tornado warnings. And one through Laclede County here should be producing some significant rainfall. Again, this one here across northern Pulaski County starting to get cut off by the storm to the south. It's starting to rob a lot of the energy from its cell. It's helping to make this one stronger. It's making this one up here to the north weaker. Again, you can see that one there in effect until 2 o'clock. The one to the north in effect till 1:45. So we have 10 more minutes on that one. That one will likely be allowed to expire. However, these storms tonight have kept a lot of that circulation. And this is still showing some of that circulation here across northern Pulaski County. It is very possible, if this tornado warning is not extended, this is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning. That would include areas from Dixon over into southern Marys County here along Highway 133. Again, here's an update. It's flashing, getting new information. This one here also is going to have the potential for hail up to the size of golf balls. Again, the one storm to the west of Crocker also going to have the capability of storms near Crocker. Again, moving to the east at 40 miles per hour, but still showing a little bit of that circulation. It's not as tight as what it was. It's not as tight as what it was, but it is still, again, it is still showing some rotation in that area. So again, if you're in Crocker, if you're in northern Pulaski County there, you need to get into your safe room, get into your safe place. That area of circulation just to the west of Highway 17 at the moment. And radar is indicating it could have hail up to the size of 1 3/4 inches, which is the size of a golf ball. Could be looking at golf ball sized hail in that area. Down to the south, again, I think this storm here has taken a lot of energy from that storm we were just looking at. That storm, a lot more precipitation. Likely going to be seeing some decent sized hail. Hail detection on this storm pinpoints that right along I-44 there just to the north. Again, north and east of Lebanon. That's where we're seeing the largest potential for some hail. But that's still showing signs of rotation, and emergency personnel were reporting and did report that they saw a tornado just north of Lebanon, about 3 miles. 2-inch size hail is possible out of this storm we're looking at. But the tornado right now is radar indicated, so it has been downgraded from observed to radar indicated for this storm right here. Again, that does include western Pulaski County until 2 o'clock. Western Pulaski County here until 2 o'clock. We have northern Pulaski County here for the storm near Crocker. That one until 1:45. That one is in effect until 1:45. And that one is very possible that we could see some of that extended. It still has that area rotation. Again, radar indicated, but this is a rotation that's in the storm itself. The radar can see how the winds are moving inside that thunderstorm, but not seeing anything at the surface at this time. We'll keep watching that. It is very possible that that warning may get extended more so over into Marys County and the rest of northern Pulaski County, which would include the Dixon areas here. And let's head over to Kermit. Kermit's got some more information here.
Yeah, Zach, I've been checking the Ameren outage map here just to see what's going on with the power, and there seems to be some movement on that. There were more than 7,000 people, customers in Jefferson City at one point without power. Currently, they show fewer than 6,000, so they're making some headway on that. The current number in the Eldon area, which was the same storm that came up Highway 54, is about 3,700. So crews are beginning to get power back online little by little. Of course, in the really hard-hit area there around Ellis Boulevard, I suspect there are poles down, lines damaged, and it may be a while before that area sees electrical power again. I can also mention that we are advised now that there is to be a news conference about the situation in Jefferson City coming up at the top of the hour. Our Lexi Petrovich will be there, and we will bring that to you live as it occurs. Again, that's coming up in about 20 minutes at 2 a.m. So again, power coming back on slowly through Ameren, and much more information coming up in just a few minutes. Zach, back to you.
Hey, some good news. Some good news. Cole County now out of the tornado watch. Cole County has now been officially dropped out of the tornado watch, as has Calloway County. Calloway County and Cole County both have been dropped from the tornado watch tonight. The highest risk for severe weather is now out of those areas. However, for Gasconade County, for Montgomery County, for Osage County, you guys are still under that tornado watch until 4 a.m. Again, until 4 a.m. for, again, a lot of areas south of Jefferson City and east of Jefferson City. So we'll go along Highway 54 and east of Jefferson City here. Again, some good news coming in from the National Weather Service that those areas have been dropped from the warning. Here's what that would look like on the map to give you an idea. It originally started off as a watch until 11 o'clock. But that has since been extended. And it still includes the Lake counties from Warsaw to Versailles. And of course, the Lake area and Camdenton still dealing with some of those tornado warnings here at the moment. Here is the line of storms as we see it across from a little higher view. And that line now moving towards the St. Louis area. Again, this area of southeast Missouri is untapped. Very favorable for storm development yet tonight. And so a lot of these storms, they're going to continue to either maintain strength or strengthen a little bit as they move off to the south and east. That storm we were just looking at here in northern Pulaski County that has the tornado warning out for it. They did extend the severe thunderstorm warning. Again, they extended that severe thunderstorm warning for Marys, Miller, Phelps, and Pulaski County until 2:30. Again, that includes that extreme southwestern Marys County. We've got northern Pulaski County and northwestern Phelps County. Again, possibility 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, and there has been some rotation within that thunderstorm that has triggered those storms tonight. And we're still seeing a little bit of that showing up on the velocity scans. Again, that's the winds inside that thunderstorm. We're still seeing some of that showing up on the scan. So while it has weakened considerably, there's still enough of that rotation there that it may not warrant that tornado warning to be extended out, but it definitely constitutes a severe thunderstorm warning to be included with that. Still have not only that, but we have that tornado warning still that's in effect for western Pulaski County. Again, that one in effect until 2 a.m. Again, that one is in effect until 2 a.m. Emergency personnel and law enforcement did report they saw a tornado crossing over Highway 5. Storm continues to show some very tight rotation across eastern Laclede County. And again, these storms, they've been efficient rainmakers. We've been talking about the chance for some rain. We've got numerous flood warnings along the Missouri River. Again, that's expected to happen here over the next 24 hours. With the rainfall we're getting tonight, it is possible that that could happen as early as Thursday evening. Again, that is possible. It could happen as early as Thursday evening. We've been covering that. We've been talking about that. Many communities have been sandbagging with the amount of rain that we've had. And tonight, with the amount of rain we've picked up and the amount of rain that we're seeing, we've also got flash flood warnings. The ground very saturated. Not a lot of that rain that's fallen today able to be absorbed into the ground. A lot of that's going to rush off and run off into local creeks and streams and rivers. And we're finding some of that even in low water crossings. Low water crossings are likely to be high for a little while, and we could be looking at major river flooding for the next couple of weeks. Again, the next couple of weeks. Storm damage again. Started early. We started going on air. We went on air a little after 7 o'clock tonight. A little after 7. Started up to the north. Started around Marshall. You can see that storm produced a funnel cloud. Reported a funnel cloud near the Marshall area that continued moving to the east-northeast. Tornado was reported around the Armstrong area here in Howard County. And lots of large hail and wind damage near Higbee, Rennick, and Clark. North of there was a second storm. That one also produced a tornado near Huntsville and continued east-northeast, north of Moberly. You can see several reports of tornadoes there. Then as the night progressed, storms moved in from the southwest. We had tornado warnings out for parts of the Benton County area around Warsaw, but we have hail reported. We've got damage reported in Eldon. And then tornadoes reported all across Cole County. Again, what started here likely started in Eldon. Tracked all along Highway 54 up into Cole County, right through Jefferson City. Extensive damage. If you've been out tonight and you are thinking about going to see personnel are on scene, there are power outages, there are power lines that are down, there are also gas leaks. Fire and gas do not mix. That can lead to some much larger problems in those areas. So again, if you are thinking about getting out tonight, do not. Do not. So we still have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings, or at least one severe thunderstorm warning. That's here for Marys, Phelps, Pulaski counties. Once again, that's in effect until 2:30. 2:30, that still showing some significant rotation across eastern Laclede County, moving into Pulaski counties. Heavy rain and a lot more energy down here in south central Missouri for these storms to move into. Atmosphere still favorable for strong and severe thunderstorms across Phelps and Pulaski County. Had a confirmed tornado from yesterday. In fact, it was just yesterday we had severe weather in the area. That was from Tuesday. More on Wednesday, and here we are now really over into Thursday as we're approaching 1:50 in the morning. Still tracking some heavy rain. Just to give you an idea, there's a lot of lightning within those storms to the south, and when there's a lot of lightning, that means there's a lot of energy and there's potential for some hail. And that's what we're seeing here for the storm between Lebanon and Fort Leonard Wood. That one has the capability of 2-inch hail. Back up towards the Lake of the Ozarks, just north of there, out towards Gravois Mill. Some more showers. Same thing out around the Stover area. Syracuse and Tipton, you guys are seeing some scattered storms. Same thing around the Jamestown area, Mocaine. You guys seeing some scatter towards Herman. Some strong thunderstorms there, some moderate rainfall, possibly even some small hail. In fact, heavy rainfall, possibly even some small hail. But none of those storms right now are severe. We've got some flash flood warnings in effect and out for a lot of the area. One here from, and if you're still with us, widespread severe thunderstorms. Tornado outbreak across our area this afternoon and evening. And cleaning up in the aftermath here tonight. New data, new information coming in now on that tornado warned storm for Laclede and Pulaski counties. We have, again, still has the possibility for 2-inch hail. Some heavy rainfall, and this one's still moving to the east at 30 miles per hour. So again, slowed its forward speed here by about 10 miles per hour since the last update. That is that circulation. Again, that's moving over into western Pulaski County. That is just to the west of the Army base, Fort Leonard Wood. Traveling right along I-44. I would expect to see this tornado warning be extended. Again, right now it's in effect until 2 a.m. I would expect to see this to be extended out to the east between now and 2 a.m. We have Kermit standing by with some more information. Kermit, what do you know?
Again, just a quick update on the power situation. Ameren's outage map showing about 6,000 customers in the greater Jefferson City area without power and about 3,700 without power in Eldon. It was that storm that came through Eldon and up Highway 54 that has caused all the damage in the area of Ellis Boulevard and Christie Drive. We want to go back to Gladys Bautista there for an update on that situation. Gladys.
Kermit, the power here, you cannot pass through this street. Now, if you guys want to take a walk with me, have just been in complete disbelief. A lot of them still in shock that this has happened here. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you guys are weeping this area. We're at a gas station now. A lot of the people that were walking from the apartment complexes down there came up here. A lot of them were telling me that they were having family members come pick them up from here, friends come pick them up from here. A lot of them just walking up here with just the clothes on their backs, some blankets. A lot of them didn't even have long sleeve shirts or umbrellas. So definitely it was a situation where these people literally had to leave their houses with the clothes on their backs. And just thankful that they were safe is what a lot of them tell me. Now, still emergency vehicles here. You can still see they're trying to pick up. There are some power lines down this way. We took a walk down there. Not sure if we can take a walk down here now, but there are some power lines that are still down over here. People still walking up, but we have seen a lot of people who say that they are trying to find their loved ones. Those apartments down there in the Hawthorne apartments. So to see if anybody is in those apartments that were hit by this potential tornado. So this area still trying to pick up whatever is left, whatever's on the ground. Much is light rain right now, but a lot of people here say that they are just thankful to be alive. Back to you, Kermit.
Highway 54, as you look at the map, as west, everything east. Tracked right through that area and crossed the river to the east. I'm there right around 11, and then they went off. So that storm went through very, very quickly and has caused extensive damage. We are waiting here for just another couple of minutes for Lexi Petrovich to get set up at the Cole County Sheriff's Department, where they are supposed to have a briefing with the media here in just a couple of minutes at the top of the hour. And we should learn much more about the extent of the damage and about the people involved in this and what they can tell us about people that they are having to rescue. And so you have a lot of people concentrated into a fairly small area there. And those are the people I'm sure that the authorities are most concerned about that, but we'll learn more about that in just a couple of minutes as soon as Lex.
Been extended. That was allowed to, at least this western side will be allowed to expire at 2 o'clock, but where that center of circulation is at, that is now over into Pulaski County and that tornado warning. And this is radar indicated, but it continues to show decent signs of rotation here on the radar. And the spotter network that we have around I-44 in Pulaski County is pretty good. In fact, there was it moved through the Laclede County area over near Lebanon. Emergency personnel reported they saw a tornado cross over Highway 5. That is this storm here. Now we have some of the spotters that are out in western Pulaski County, and they are reporting that they are seeing some rotation right along I-44. Just to give you an idea, that's not far away from where that radar is hinting that that circulation should be. But this is a brand new tornado warning until 2:30. Again, radar indicated. But this also has the capability of producing hail up to the size of 2 inches. Again, this would be large hail potentially coming out of Pulaski County. The storm looks like it has strengthened a little bit, and that's going to be an ongoing thing. Again, these storms have been cycling tonight, where they show some signs of strong circulation, and then they weaken a little bit, and they get signs of stronger circulation. And right now, it's a slightly weaker than where it was at just before. But out around the Hazel Green area in Pulaski County, they are reporting some quarter-inch sized hail. So again, that would be about the size of a penny, maybe a dime, somewhere in that time, or size-wise, it'd be closer to a dime from size-wise. But this is the area, again, tornado warning right now for Pulaski County. That's the area of circulation. Moves off to the east. It's heading right towards Fort Leonard Wood, the Army base. It's going to cross right over Highway 17. There's the most recent scan. Again, moves to the east-northeast. Waynesville, you are included in that tornado warning. Again, Waynesville, right along I-44. You are located inside that tornado warning. Again, there is a large portion of Pulaski County here near the Fort Leonard Wood base that will be fairly rural. I believe that is a national forest that is also around the Fort Leonard Wood base. But this is largely inhabited. This would be government area around the Fort Leonard Wood base here. A few small towns out around that. But this is, again, another potentially serious situation. This storm here has shown signs of strengthening, signs of weakening, and it's still showing circulation across western Pulaski County here as it's moving right towards the Hanna area, right into Fort Leonard Wood. Again, Spring Creek would be on the back side of this, and this is in effect. This one again goes into 2:30. 2:30. Again, radar indicated. Fort Leonard Wood's in the path of this. So is St. Robert, Waynesville, Devil's Elbow, Lakeway. You are Lakeway. You are there, and I-44 between mile marker 145 and 165, just after 7 o'clock tonight. Going on 7 hours now of coverage. Some significant damage, a lot of damage from across the area. And there will be a press conference coming up here later this morning. We'll hear a little bit more about what happened and what the efforts are through Jefferson City. As you can see, tornadoes rolled through northern, what started in Eldon, where we have first reports of damage, went up right along 54 into Jefferson